Hello and welcome to Yoga with Carolynne. My name is Carolynne and thank you so much for being here. Today's practice explores the theme of love, a simple yet sometimes pretty complicated theme. In light of Valentine's Day, we are going to be exploring this theme with one single pose, a heart opener, supported fish. So props that you're going to want for today's practice are what I've got set up here. So if you don't have some of these props, no fret. This prop, a bolster, can be replaced with a rolled up blanket or towel, and then you can grab just a pillow off of the bed or the couch to place underneath of that. And then if you don't have two yoga blocks, then you can grab also some pillows. So maybe you just have a bunch of blankets and pillows and you'll set your mat up the same way that I've got mine here. So put on your comfy clothes, grab your props, and let's get started. Welcome to Yoga with Carolynne, teaching empaths and sensitive souls just like you how to create a collaborative relationship with your body through cozy, accessible yoga and self-care practices in order to live a life filled with less doing and more being. So if you are looking to get right into today's practice, then I left a timestamp in the description box below that you can refer to as to where the practice will actually start, because I thought that it would be helpful for today's practice for me to share a little bit more about kind of the journey towards putting today's practice together. It's not a complicated practice. Again, it's just a single pose. So last year around Valentine's Day, which is the same day that today's video is coming out on, we explored the same theme, and I've left the link to that video down below. If today is a day that you need a little bit more movement, then that's going to be the perfect video for you. In that video and that practice, the theme is explored through a lens of self-love in a way that is very invigorating. Of look at how amazing your body is and look at the things that you are able to do on your yoga mat and how beautiful is that, and offer your body some love through that lens. Today, in February of 2022, we find ourselves thick in the middle of winter, still in the middle of a global pandemic, and there are so many things that are happening in the world that are heavy, that are messy, that are uncomfortable to witness. Love is a thing that maybe we struggle to find or notice. However, love is really the foundation of everything, isn't it? And so as I was kind of walking through the week up to my recording day, which is the Wednesday of the week before the video comes out, I'm feeling the effects of what's going on in the world. And if I'm feeling it, I'm sure that you are too, because if you're here, you are most likely a sensitive soul. And one of the beautiful gifts of being a sensitive soul is that we feel things really deeply. And so if you're feeling at this time a heaviness or a confusion or a challenging sense of where is the love? I don't know where it is. I can't find it. And really feeling the effects of that in your body, then you're not alone. I really wanted to say that you're not alone, because I'm feeling it too. And part of the practice of love, of self-love, is giving yourself some time and some space and permission to offer yourself what you need when you're feeling heavy or upside down or sad or overwhelmed. It wouldn't be very self-loving if we were to be completely setting aside and pushing aside our needs and the realities of what our bodies are feeling in any given moment. And to be quite honest with you, my body and my energy levels are not in a place where I felt like teaching a really invigorating practice or editing a really long video. And if you're part of this community, you also know that we throw all shoulds out the window. And a should that seems to be in the yoga world is that yoga should be a lengthy practice that is involved with, that has like a beginning, a middle, and an end, that has sun salutations in it where you're strengthening your body, but you're also breathing, but you're also stretching. And I call total bullcrap on all of those shoulds. And this is your reminder that you can practice yoga by practicing just a single pose. And so through me honoring what it is that I need, where I wanted to offer something that wasn't going to stretch me thin and that was going to really honor the capacity and the bandwidth that I have, it wouldn't be very loving to myself to ignore all of that. And it wouldn't be very wise of me as the guide in this space and the teacher in this space to be showing up from a non-authentic place. So that is my way of explaining how all of this boils down to today we explore a single pose, and that is still yoga. And this is your space and your permission slip to offer yourself some love this week in a way of honoring what you need. If you're feeling overwhelmed, tired, drained, exhausted, you are allowed to pause, say no to things, and give yourself what you need. And if you don't know what that is, that's okay. So thank you very much for sticking around as you listen to me explain kind of where I'm at so that we can continue this really beautiful conversation within this community of throwing out the shoulds, of making this a space where we're showing up exactly as we are and giving ourselves space to be that and to feel that, and kind of clunking around together throughout that process and along that journey. I think Nala is kind of worried about all of my rambling because now here she comes in. Okay, let's get into the yoga practice today. All right, so if you haven't set your mat up the way that I've got mine set up here, then you can take a moment to do so. So you've got bolster, a pillow, a couple of blocks. You can also get crafty with whatever other props that you have brought into it to create this sort of little structure. And this is all going to be behind you. So you turn towards the front end of your space. You bring the soles of the feet together, the knees open wide so that you can settle your knees onto your blocks. And then you bring yourself down onto this little building that you've created for your spine as well as your head. Then your arms open up, palms of the hands open towards the sky. The eyelids can get heavy. Take a moment to scan the face, softening the eyebrows, the eyes, the cheeks, and the jaw. The elbows are supported on the floor. The glutes are heavy. Your hips are heavy. If there's anywhere in your body that feels painful or uncomfortable, you start right at the beginning. What do you need here? How could you adjust in order to alleviate that discomfort or that pain? If your knees are feeling uncomfortable being supported on the blocks, your legs don't have to be in diamond shape. You're welcome to straighten into the legs. If your low back is feeling uncomfortable, you are welcome to bend into the legs, place the soles of the feet on the floor. If it doesn't feel good for your arms to be open wide, they can come closer alongside your hips. In this space, there is nothing that you have to do. There is nothing you have to change. This is your space to offer yourself some love by giving yourself permission to be exactly as you are in this moment. It is through honoring and surrendering to how you feel, to truly listening to how you feel, that you can then begin to shift and begin to offer yourself what you need. But it's okay if you don't have the answers. Maybe right now all you need is stillness, is time, is for someone else to tell you what to do so that you can turn your brain off for a little while. In this space you are held. In this space you are welcome. I'm going to be quiet and allow the music to sweep up into the practice for the next few minutes. If at any point your body becomes uncomfortable, you're welcome to shift. And if your mind begins to focus and think of things that is not supportive in this moment, use the sound and the sensation of your breath to bring you back to this practice. I'm not going anywhere. I'll let you enjoy this pose for about 3 minutes, just enjoying the sound of the music. If your awareness has kind of floated away, I'll ask that you bring the awareness back in. Really slowly wiggling at the fingers, the toes, and then sliding the hands so that they come underneath of your thighs, and you use the hands to lift your legs up, bringing the soles of the feet onto the floor. Your knees come in towards each other. Move the blocks over towards the left side of your space, out of your way, so that you can extend the right arm up overhead and roll onto the right side of the body. Turning inwards towards yourself, the knees come in close. You are in that shape for quite some time, so allow yourself to receive whatever you are receiving in your heart space. And then using the support of your hands, you'll press yourself up into your seat. Bringing the hands onto your heart, palm face down. If today's practice of honoring your needs felt like something that really resonated with you, part of this practice is that the magic of it is that you can bring it off of your mat and into your life. So if at any point during this week you feel like you want to pause, notice how you're feeling and then shift to actually give yourself what you need. Please allow today's practice to be your permission slip to do so. Part of the practice of offering yourself love is remembering that you are allowed to have needs, and you are also allowed to voice them and act on them. We'll take one last breath together, you and I. Inhale. Out the mouth, let it go. Softly opening up into the eyes. I hope that today's single yoga pose practice was helpful. If you are not a subscriber to the channel, I would absolutely love it if you joined this community. It's also the easiest and best way for you to support more free online accessible yoga. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week, and I look forward to seeing you again soon.